Okay, so just hold on a second. Here's a slideshow right from the beginning. So from the beginning, Advanced Angels by me, Rachel Gibson. So welcome, you would have joined this workshop, but given the relevant codes, once completed your quiz, please email team@thedigitalpsychic.com. You can pass this once you've completed the workshop and you've done the quiz. It's 85% or more, and you'll receive a certification of completion. You are welcome to join the chat area, Facebook Messenger practice, contact Rachel Gibson BA Honours page. I hope you enjoy the workshop short course. I do use various resources and discuss via webinar, bringing you useful resources from the internet and collaborating it with my own experiences. So welcome. So what we're going to do is wrap this up today. Now, angelic healing is a form of healing working with angels. This energy therapy works by channeling the angelic golden ray, also otherwise known as the Christ ray, down from source through the heart chakra, out through the palms, into the recipient's aura. Unlike Reiki, though, it's directed straight into the body's energy center, known as chakras. So when you're working with the angels, you let the angels work through you. Angelic healing is one form of energy healing. We all have an energy system which sometimes gets blocked during our daily lives. Blocks like this get built up when we feel anger, fear, pain, resentment, or anything that is not in true alignment with whom we are. We can loosen and remove those blockages with angelic healing, allowing the energy to flow, feeling more energetic and more alive and more in tune with our higher self. The angels are the ones that guide us through our lives. The angels guide us, the therapist, whilst we work with our clients. We are open to this energy and fully guided by the angels. The higher energy of the angels is cleansing, clearing, and recharging our bodies. When our bodies are in tune and healthy, self-healing is possible. And if it's permissible, it's possible to heal others. The angels help us to bring our bodies back to their optimum healing abilities. Any blockages can be removed. Energy goes where thought goes. So if we concentrate on healing and cleansing, we heal and cleanse. And there's a combination of images and senses that can be used. And as an angelic healer, we are here to help, concentrating on the healing tasks at hand. Being attuned with the healing is a blessing. Allowing the angels to guide us and show us what to do. To listen to them and tune into them in order for your client to know how to heal them. Energy is the flow of life, chi, and otherwise called prana. We all have an energy body around our physical body, aura. So the energy body consists of those chakras, and where the energy gets exchanged, there's fresh energy that comes in, and the old energy gets released, and the residual energy in chakras is removed. Always ask the help of the angels to assist with healing of your clients. Centering yourself, aligning with the angelic realm and the messages coming from them. Now, what we're going to do now is look into the 12 divine rays. There are 12 divine rays of creation currently operating in our universe, and there is a link there for resource purposes. The first ray is the red. It's the focus of the forward momentum, courage, and motivation. The second ray is blue, the focus of recognizing divine presence, love, and peace. And the third ray is yellow, and the focus of radiant clarity, or wisdom and health. And the fourth ray is green, the focus of sacred harmony within the context of the whole balance of art. And the fifth is the orange, the focus of absolute alignment in all things truth and knowledge. The sixth ray is known as the indigo ray, and it's the focus of the anchoring of the infinite. Infinite is the physical ability connection to divine source. The seventh ray is the focus of embracing the universal impulse and the manifestation and abundance. And the eighth ray is the green violet, which focus on the dynamic renewal of soul cleansing purification. And the ninth ray is blue-green, which focuses on the ecstatic realization, joy, and preparation for ascension. The 10th ray is a pearlescent grey, and the focus of accepting the new paradigm and donning the light body, merging with the higher self. And the 11th ray is pink, orange, and is the focus of sustaining higher consciousness, clearing the subconsciousness, transmuting and transitioning to the ascension. And the 12th ray is the crystalline gold, living the new age and unconditional love. The colors of the chakras change as our vibration rises through spheres. So that's why I always say about raising the vibration. It's a gateway, and it's situated approximately 12 to 18 inches above your head. This is the direct link through your crown chakra to your divine self and to source. The star being is located 6 to 12 inches above the head. This chakra is your connection to your soul. And the casual chakra can be found about 4 inches behind your head on the same level as your third eye. The crown is the top of your head. This is the key to opening your mind to a larger consciousness and the connection to spirit. And the third eye is at the brow level, and this is intuition, also known as the third eye. The base is the level with the base of our spine. Our base or root chakra is our powerhouse for our physical vessel and manages our survival instincts and energy levels. And the earth being, this is located about 6 inches below our feet, connecting us to Mother Earth. Angelic healers. As an experienced angelic healer, we should be able to work through the chakras, enabling people to be healed. We are not medical professionals, and we shouldn't use medical intervention. And always remember, we are not medically trained, but to remember our professional ethics and always keep professional, ensuring that we have proper intake forms, knowing that we can provide lovely holistic healing with the correct disclaimers, and always ensure you do keep everything confidential unless somebody is in breach. Say, you would have to say at the beginning of your intake form, you can breach confidentiality in cases where somebody could be a risk to themselves or others. Each of our chakras tells us a unique story. It is our blueprint. The first ray is such a beautiful red energy. It's the strongest of all energies of the rays. It is the energy that is directed in the manifestation of its reality. It's the base, the root, where all is present and past. And the second ray is the ray of love and wisdom. On this ray, the great spiritual leaders and teachers exist, and as teaching from the spiritual hierarchy concept, are placed in this universal mind. So if you can allow yourself to stretch and open to these concepts, they are yours, they belong with you. The third ray is the ray of active knowledge, using this for manifestation. And when you use this ray, you'll be able to understand the individual steps that you do need to take in order to create a plan and gain the desired outcomes. The fourth ray opens to insight in helping us to resolve any obstacles and blockages. The fifth ray is the ray of concrete knowledge and restricted, stuck in the ground. This is where things are so fixed, like scientists could actually possibly be in that ray. The sixth ray is a very heavy metallic, and the seventh ray This is what we call the gateway into awareness. The eighth ray is past that experience, transmuting the energy into the higher frequency. The vibration is so high that this is where advancement is in evolution of the spirit. And the ninth ray, we go up through the rays to the 10th, which consists of the first and the second and the third rays. The white light of wholeness added. It can actually, if you let it code the body of the light into the physical structure, and it is the body of light. The 11th ray is a bridge to the awarenesses, to the new horizons. And you could almost picture like how you would see lights turning off all over the world as it connects to all of the rays. The 12th ray is the entire purpose of our journey, Christ ray. Part 2. Okay, to understand energy, there is a light force and a dark force. So we have to understand that there is possibility of a dark energy out there. That it does exist. We have positive and negative energy. And sometimes we have to release dark negative energies with angels. It is removing those blockages. It's removing that residual energy. But we have to understand it. Archangel Michael is the symbol of divine protection. He is the warrior in the battle between good and evil. He carries the flaming sword. Think blue, sparkle light in flashing armor with flowing hair and fiery eyes. Archangel Michael helps to remove the residual energy from your life, relationships, and cuts away conflict, hurt, and pain, and can be called prior to sessions. Invoking Archangel Michael. This is a way that you can do it just by simply saying, Archangel Michael, please come to me now. I am ready to cut the cords of fear between myself and such. Please free me of all these negative links mentally and emotionally and in all ways. Now, DNA is very, very important. DNA is separate to matter, but DNA is the knowledge of the higher dimensions and sacred teachings encrypted in our DNA code. New frequencies are coming into our planet and affecting our everyday life. We are beginning to realize that we are not alone in this universe, and that if we can hold and vibrate love and light vibrations, we become one with the universe. The soul star. The soul star is our connection, a gateway to the broader universe, the cosmos. It is the section of our subconscious mind. Because of this, the soul star chakra is seen as our connection to the higher self. Our higher self is what some would refer to as real self, true self, the knowing self. It is the part of us that is all divine. Our experiences that is defined by our thoughts and our emotions and behaviors, the sense that we somehow separate from all of that, from this point in our energy field outwards. Because the soul star is the point of transformation, it is sometimes considered the seed, the origin of the 7 lower chakras that relate to us incarnated being. The soul star is concerned with our soul purpose. When our soul star is balanced, we have a clear sense of purpose and why we have chosen this incarnation. We move through life with conviction and with ease. Your soul star chakra is the doorway between your immortal soul and your earthbound personality. Your higher consciousness and your higher self can give you access to things such as the Akashic records, helping you to find your true life purpose and reminding you that you are the perfect being made of love and light. Opening your soul star chakra separates your earthly self from your internal soul with open eternal soul, and opens your eyes to the vast space beyond physical plane and boundaries. Okay, we're going to look at star seeds now. So star seeds are beings that have experienced life elsewhere in the universe on other planets and in non-physical dimensions. A typical star seed may have lived 5 to 50 lifetimes on Earth. Now, some star seeds would be considered to be people that are like rainbow children, indigo children, and normally have similar traits. They're very advanced beings that originate from far distant stars and galaxies whose mission is to assist us here through Earth into the Golden Age. They're highly evolved souls with an absolutely wonderful amount of wisdom, and through their many life ways, far away galaxy, light years away, they have found their new home living here on Earth. Star seeds experience total, almost like true identities here, but each is encoded with an activation switch, so each awakening is unique and can range from measured to calm to abrupt and intense. Star seeds don't need to be told what they are, they know who they are. They recall their purpose here on Earth and where they are from. Star seeds can look, act, feel like normal human beings. However, they experience sort of like a feeling of loneliness, not belonging here on Earth, where they're quite concerned also with our human behavior and other human behavior. They normally know from a young age, and they don't feel that they can fit into society. They always feel quite homesick, always challenging things. So they live here in the three-dimensional world, on this plane, but whose soul may have originated from what is classed as another star system, galaxy, dimension, or parallel universe. Their interdimensional extraterrestrial souls have incarnated into Earth plane. And then we did attunement connecting to star seeds. Please, if you have not done that, please do contact me, Rachel Gibson, VA Honours page. We're now going to look at Arcturians. Now, those that have already studied this and looked at part 1 and 2, we're going to go through it again because Arcturians are really interesting beings. The Arcturians are an alien race that comes from the planet, the blue planet orbiting the red giant stars Arcturus in the boots of Celestian. They're a mystery race of light. They're very blue protectors. And although these great beings were greatly talked about, many did not believe in this race. Many do not believe in such a race. And furthermore, those who did believe in it, Arcturians also had old tales of ancient times when Arcturians traveled to the known universe. So it's very visionary. Some people will believe in it, some people won't. But Arcturus is about, say, 36 light years away from our solar system, one of the most advanced alien civilizations in the whole of the galaxy. They have surpassed into the 4th and the 5th dimensions, and Arcturian aliens believe in a higher state of being, mastered many aspects of today's modern age belief into the new age thinking. Arcturians are known for their power of healing, and that is why they are defined as Arcturians, as amazing race amongst the cosmic worlds. Arcturians are able to accomplish such majestic powers through the aid of their mastery of the conscious mind. And through channeling the Arcturians, we can send messages. And the Arcturians send messages to the star seeds of the Earth, and they have begun a movement that can no longer be stopped. As you see, there. The light ship. So the Arcturians travel the universe in very advanced light ships, and the Arcturian light ship Athenia is part of the armada of ships that are keeping a friendly eye here on Earth to assist Gaia with her ascension process, the Mother Earth, the center of Earth. It's a movement that's never ever going to stop. So what they're doing is capturing minds of the millions who seek basically awareness, ascension, the power, attempts to convey in us to this higher consciousness, to the minds now beginning to open up to the power of the awareness to control the mind, body, and spirit. So it's basically knowledge. Knowledge is key. Arcturian starships, the finest in the whole entire universe. This is to explain, if you look at crystals, the way that crystals sort of conduct the light energy from the great master sun. Arcturians say they no longer use computers because they actually have outgrown them. So to reach these frequencies, we need to be on a higher vibration. The higher vibrational frequency of love and energy can be felt by everyone who wants to feel it. They're about 3 to 4 feet tall and have a blue-green skin color, and they have big, massive oval eyes and 3 fingers. And then we did a meditation with Arcturians. If you have not done that, please do contact me, Rachel Gibson, at Rachel Gibson BA Honours page. Pleiades. In Greek mythology, the Pleiades were the 7 daughters of Atlantis, a titan held up into the sky. The Pleiades are sometimes said to be nymphs in the train of Artemis. The cluster contains hundreds of stars, of which only a handful are commonly visible to the unaided eye, and the stars in the Pleiades are thought to have formed together around 100 million years ago, making them 1/50th of the age of our sun, and they lie some 130 parsecs, 425 light years away. The Pleiades were 7 sisters and related to the god Zeus. The realm. The realm is much like Earth. It is a realm which is located in the constellation of Taurus. So basically on 5 dimensions. Now, according to research, Cherokee, as well as other Native Americans and many of us with Native American blood, contain their genes. They are a force that is on such a high frequency, and that is lighter than what we could possibly know. So the frequency is very light and loving and caring. There is a video here for you to watch if you wish to watch it. Attunements, please do contact me, Rachel Gibson, at team@thedigitalpsychic.com or Rachel Gibson BA Honours page. Sirius. Those in Sirius have a deep connection to the earth and energies of nature, and many Syrians have had numerous lives as American Indians. Maintaining close ties and memories of these lives, they are very visual, both in their ability to see things which others do not, and in their manner of learning. There is also a video about them here. Ancient Egypt was very connected to Sirius, and the calendar of which was based upon the movement of the wondrous star. The Great Pyramid was built to sync to the light of the Sirius star, specifically in order that the light of Sirius would shine through a hole in the Queen's chamber. All connected to ascension and the divine light, ascending to the divine light, are helping us here with the universal changes. In fact, the star of Bethlehem is connected to Sirius. The star in the east, these are not names given on the inner planes, but historical names. It has been recorded that Sirius was the star that guided the 3 wise men to Bethlehem to honor the birth of Christ. 2,000 years ago, at the time recorded as the birth of Christ, Sirius would have been positioned on the meridian line owing to the precession of the equinoxes. Sirius is the cosmic gate for Earth. The cosmic bridge. It's a conduit, it's a connection that links the 2 sides of one reality. The planets that reside at either end produce a solid, what it does is produces a solid frequency that we can walk across with our consciousness, as I was saying in Ray 11. So the frequency is defined by the connection made by these archetypal energies, and the more we ascend in our consciousness, the easier it is to see the polarities, and the broader the connection becomes. They become bridges. That happens at like Ray 11, as we're raising up our frequencies, going through the ray systems, talking at, I did mention it, going back to the 11th ray. When one of the planets involved is a 5D planet, that planet represents the realm of our higher consciousness. And it lights up with multi-dimensional awarenesses at all times. Sirius is the higher presence of our entire solar system, into which Earth and all its other planets must ascend to gain freedom. Sirius is also known as the great instructor of mankind and the source of higher mind. So there's a federation out there forming many moons ago, the cosmic insurgents, surface between the light and dark. And these beings in our galaxy have been fighting a battle against the light forces and dark forces. At the very core of this battle were the Star League of the Pleiades, the Andromeda, and the Confederation in the Lyra Light League and the Syrian Star Nations, forming the Galactic Federation of Light. Actually, there is one on Facebook. The Galactic Federation of Light is the intervention underway on our planet, led by several hundred ET and extra interdimensional groups, referring to themselves as the Galactic Federation of Light, also as Star Command. You can watch a video here. I have put a video link in there for you as a resource. You can also go to Facebook as well. It does talk about it there. I think they've got a Facebook page. So we're going to talk about what the Bible says about all of this, really, because at the end of the day, that is New Age. There will be conflict. There will be conflict about who perceives what and how they perceive it, and depending, of course, on what religious aspects people believe in. But the Bible calls fallen angels the Son of God. And in Revelation chapter 12, Jesus was speaking to John and says the following in verse 7 to 9. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was casted out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Now, there's some people that would argue that basically the ascending masters aren't the ascending masters, and that Jesus is Jesus Christ. And there's a sort of debate going on about it. And it's the Great White Brotherhood, who is a new age, and they believe in supernatural beings of great power who spread spiritual teachings through selected humans. And the members of the Brotherhood may be known as the masters of the ancient wisdom or the ascended masters. But the Bible's saying what they're doing is wrong. Essentially, New Age isn't New Age, and that Christ is Christ. And that is perception, and it is fundamentally what other people believe in. So not many people actually are aware of the existence of this organization, because the Great White Lodge, the Great White Brotherhood, actually isn't what we class as a visible organization. Its members do not gather for meetings as such, per se, nor do they have a temple of their own. And the structures within the Great White Brotherhood are actually very simple. And Satan is the deputy Grand Master of the Great White Lodge, with our spiritual members being demons. So that's why basically the Bible and this will clash, because at the end of the day, what they're saying is Jesus Christ, not ascending masters. And we discussed this in chat area. Those that haven't belonged there, you can actually research that for yourselves. Crawley, he was the famous occultist and Satanist from the 1990s, and he referred himself as the B666, and once said, I was not content to just believe in Satan, but he actually wanted to be chief of staff. So, you know, there is that debate, and just to make you aware of it. So according to the Bible, Lucifer and his angels were cast out of heaven to earth and existing within the air and the heavenly places. Discuss. So I asked you to discuss that, and if you don't belong to the Facebook chat area, please do contact me with your opinion on that, if you don't mind. Thank you. Then we looked at theta healing, which is an energy-based modality where the practitioner enters into the theta brainwave state through a specific technique and connecting with the universal source. And upon determining the core issues, the practitioner then energetically uproots the core belief, blocking the realization of dreams, and replaces the old. Ancient knowledge that we are now rediscovering is a highly attuned energy healing. Through a range of techniques, you can reprogram your subconscious mind from your limiting beliefs and feelings that are holding you back from happiness, love, wellness, prosperity, and abundance. Our levels of core beliefs are pulled from all levels, which is where we are taught and accept from birth. The genetic level, which is carried over from our ancestors, that was added to the DNA genes in this lifetime that you are in. And history level are the memories from the past lives in the subconscious mind we lived in our collective consciousness. Experiences that we carry into the present that must be resolved and not full. And then we have the fourth level, which is soul level. It is all that person is very essence. The theta healing technique is a meditation technique utilizing a spiritual philosophy with the purpose of improvement in mind, body, and spirit. It does remove the subconscious issues and the things that we actually hold on to. So what it does is it removes a person's limiting subconscious belief in order to open the door for physical healing. The theta healer is connecting with the universal web of consciousness, holding into infinite possibilities to resolve the physical emotional relationship. financial and spiritual issues. And most healing is done via distance. And if you believe that prayer helps, you can also choose to believe that distance healing also helps through theta healing, because that essentially what it is. It's actually opening up to the higher consciousness, bringing in belief systems and removing and pulling down all those old feelings that we don't no longer require. So during a session, what you would do is you would get rid of negative beliefs, uncovering and replacing with those positive beliefs. The practitioner facilitates those changes by getting the person's brainwaves into theta using a focused visual meditation and prayer. And that promotes very, very advanced healing. The healing actually realigns and rebalances the energy field, very much like chakra healing, and it removes the energy blocks from current and past traumas. And it occurs on 4 levels. So it's the core conscious and subconscious, the genetical and DNA, the third historical, including past life, and then the soul. What happens is you pull down the old non-helpful belief systems while into a theta brainwave state. The state experienced right before sleep is that deep meditative state, you know, when you go into sleep and you're feeling like you're sort of half awake, half asleep. So it's new. It's a new belief. It hasn't been around for a long, long time. It's done through source energy, resulting in the removal of energetic blocks so that the life force within flows. Very much like Reiki, but it's not the same. The healing happens on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. And what it does is it happens on the core of the genetical history and soul levels of your being. And what you do is download, and that is what we class as downloading, as a metaphor for the gift of clearing understanding, making room for change that comes to us from the creator of all there is, and the energy of the divine that runs through all life. I have put a video there, and also I have put some useful resources here for you as well. And what we do use in theta healing is muscle testing. So anybody can do it because it uses your electrical systems in your muscles when looking at subconscious beliefs. Nature answers your yes and no questions by projecting a positive energy or a negative energy into the electrical circuits that you have created by your fingers. And basically, if you put your fingers together like home, whatever you say or think, something that resonates as true with your subconscious mind, what actually happens is the electrical and magnetic fields around the body actually become stronger, and as a result the muscles also become stronger. Similar when you say or think something that resonates as both with the subconscious mind, the electrical and magnetic fields around the body actually becomes weaker, and as a result the muscles also become weaker too. The session runs as the client must be very hydrated in order to get that clear answer during the session. The client is always invited to bring with them a list of issues that he or she wants to work on. You make contact with the creator during the session, and with your client's permission, you enter into their space to hear and see what the core issues are. You then begin to work on the problem with the client by asking questions that you get from the creator. The clearing is done from the pineal gland, which is located in the crown area of the head. And this is where all changes and information does take place. So it's all very energy-based healing. Moving on now to angel cards. Now, angel cards can be oracle cards. So angel cards, oracle cards, they're packed full of inspirational and motivational words and phrases inspired by the angels themselves. But what I mean by that is you introduce the angels into the cards. So you evoke the angels into your readings and you ask for accurate readings. That's how we are speaking with the angels. It's not the cards, it's not the illustrations, it's not the words. It's through the angels that we talk, because we are the conduit between the angels to the clients. There's less there. I find them very less threatening than tarot cards. The angel cards need no special training, but can be used within minutes of opening the pack. I always advise that you sleep on them, you put them in little pouches and stuff like that, and sage them, and always make sure to be looking at each and every one of them and getting them to resonate with you. Most packs have a leaflet or booklet of information describing further information about each card, or simply suggesting a variety of ways you can use them. The messages and angels with angels are always uplifting and positive. Most are available from New Age shops and online shops. It's very important to actually feel drawn to the pack that you wish. What I do is say to my cards, You can place them under the pillow and sage individually. And once your pack arrives, open it up. Look at every card because sometimes they get stuck together. Always make sure that before you do shuffle them, make sure they're not stuck together. They still can stick together sometimes. Use your intuition. Your intuition is your guide. The angels work with you by drawing down that guidance and intuitive thoughts from your guardian angels. You can start stacking them up in piles in front of you. That's what I do, and then sage them each one by one and do a little ritual as you begin before you do it. And what you can do is also sometimes get to know them, do a little prayer before you start, evoke the angels, use crystals, use protection and know your limitations. Always make sure you check your regulations, insurances, limitations, and ensure that you use professional ethics. So that's it. Thank you so much. What I do require, if any of you got any questions, to contact me, Rachel Gibson, at the Rachel Gibson BA Honors page, or team at thedigitalpsychic.com. And in addition to that, if you have any questions, I shall be available for approximately 15 minutes in the chat area. If you do not belong to that chat area, you are more than welcome to join or contact me with any questions. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I've really, really thoroughly enjoyed this workshop, and I hope you did too.